Hello everyone, now let us discuss about 2023 ICD 10cm coding guidelines for chapter 7, diseases of eye and Adnexa. The code range of chapter 7 is from H00 to H59. And in chapter 7 under the guideline sections there are two topics covered, glaucoma and blindness. First we'll briefly discuss about the glaucoma. Glaucoma is a group of diseases characterized by progressive form of optic nerve damage. This is generally but not necessarily associated with raised intraocular tension. So in glaucoma, it is generally associated but it is not necessary that intraocular tension should rise. It will be greater than 30 mm Hg. And the chief therapeutic measure is to lower the intraocular tension, ICT, either by reducing the secretions of the aqueous humor or by promoting its drainage. Now coming to the types. The principal types of glaucoma are, the first one is open type, which is also called as wide angle chronic simple glaucoma. And the next is angle closure glaucoma, which is also called as narrow angle and acute congestive glaucoma. Let us discuss the definitions and characteristics of types of glaucoma. The first is open angle glaucoma. It is probably a genetically predisposed degenerative disease affecting patency of the trabecular meshwork, which is generally lost past the middle age. It is a genetically predisposed degenerative disease. The intraocular tension rises insidiously and progressively in open angle glaucoma, and to treat this, ocular hypotensive drugs are used on the long-term basis. The next type is angle closure glaucoma. It occurs in individuals with a narrow iridocorneal angle and a shallow anterior chamber. And in case of angle closure glaucoma, the intraocular tension remains normal until an attack is precipitated, usually due to mydriasis. And the intraocular tension is raised to very high, that is 40 to 60 mm Hg, and this leads to marked congestion of eyes. For that reason, it is also called as congestive glaucoma. Congestion of eyes and severe headache, and if not controlled, it may also result in the loss of sight. Now coming to the codes of glaucoma, it is categorized into H40 series. So the first code for glaucoma suspect is H40.00. The star indicates that it is still, you need to expand the code. And in glaucoma, the sixth digit mainly indicates laterality. In all glaucoma codes, the sixth digit indicates laterality. 1 is given for right eye, 2 is given for left eye, 3 is given for bilateral, and 9 for unspecified eye. So for glaucoma suspect, H40.001 indicates glaucoma suspect of right eye. H40.002 indicates glaucoma suspect of left eye, like that. Next is open angle glaucoma with low risk. The code category is H40.01. This is also further expanded based upon the laterality. The next is open angle glaucoma with high risk. It is given by H40.02 category. Next, primary angle closure suspect. This is given by H40.03. All the star marks indicates that the code needs further expansion. This is not the final code. Next is steroid responder, H40.04. Ocular hypertension is given by H40.05. Ocular hypertension of right eye is given by the code H40.051, because 1 in the sixth digit indicates right eye. Next is primary angle closure without glaucoma damage. It is given by H40.06. Now, in general, in every category, whenever sixth digit is applicable, 1 is given for right eye, 2 is given for left eye, and 3 for bilateral, and 9 for unspecified eye. Sixth digit indicates laterality. Whereas the seventh digit, wherever applicable, it indicates stage of the glaucoma. 0 in the seventh character indicates unspecified stage. 1 indicates mild stage, 2 indicates moderate stage, 3 indicates severe stage, and 4 indicates indeterminate stage. Now coming to codes for open angle glaucoma. For unspecified open angle glaucoma, it is given by the code H40.010X. Here in the sixth digit, it is indicated by placeholder X. Because here there is no laterality specification, hence no sixth digit. But stage specification is there. Unspecified glaucoma, open angle glaucoma, there is no laterality specification, hence no sixth digit. It is given by H40.01X. If unspecified open angle glaucoma, mild stage is given. For example, mild is indicated by 1. So the appropriate code for that is H40.10X1. Coming to the next category, primary open angle glaucoma. Here both laterality and stage specifications are there. So both 6th digit and 7th digit. It is given by the code H40.11. Primary open angle glaucoma is given by H40.11. Next is low tension glaucoma. Here also both laterality and stage specifications are there. So both 6th digit is applicable and 7th digit is applicable. It is given by H40.12. And pigmentary glaucoma. Here also both laterality and stage specifications are there. It is given by H40.13. And capsular glaucoma with pseudo exfoliation of lens. Here also both laterality and stage specifications are there. It is given by H40.14. Next is residual stage of open angle glaucoma. Here in the code description itself, the stage is residual stage. So no 7th character for stage specification, only 6th character is applicable for laterality specification. It is given by H40.15. Next is primary angle closure glaucoma. Codes for primary angle closure glaucoma. Primary angle closure glaucoma unspecified is given by H40.20X. Here also there is no laterality specification, hence no 6th character. Next is acute angle closure glaucoma. In case of acute angle closure glaucoma, no 7th character is there because there is no stage specification. It is given by the code H40.21. Next is chronic angle closure glaucoma. It has both laterality and stage specification. It is given by H40.22. Next is intermittent angle closure glaucoma. This also has both laterality and stage specification. It is given by H40.23. Next is residual stage of angle closure glaucoma. Here, as the previous case, in the description itself, stage is mentioned. So, no 7th character for stage. It is given by H40.24. The next is other glaucoma. Glaucoma with increased episcleral venous pressure. Here, only laterality specification is there. No stage specification. It is given by H40.81. Next is hypersecretion glaucoma. Here also only laterality specification. It is given by H40.82. Next is aqueous misdirection or malignant glaucoma. Here also only laterality specification. It is given by H40.83. Next is other specified glaucoma. Here there is no laterality and no stage specification. The final code is H40.89. The code for other specified glaucoma is H40.89. And for unspecified glaucoma also the final code is H40.9. Now coming to glaucoma in diseases classified elsewhere. It is given by H42. If you see under the code description, you will find code first underlying condition such as, so glaucoma in diseases classified elsewhere is a manifestation code and this is not given as PDX. First you need to code the underlying condition. For example, glaucoma in diabetes, Lowe syndrome, specified metabolic disorders, like that. Under the code you can see various underlying conditions which must be coded first. And below that you can also find excludes one note which indicates that these two codes should not be coded together. So glaucoma in diseases H42 and all the excludes one codes should not be coded together. that is glaucoma in onchocerciasis, which is given by the code B73.02, glaucoma in syphilis, which is given by A52.71, and glaucoma in tuberculosis, which is given by A18.59. These are excluded. Now coming to the guidelines. So assign as many codes from category H40 glaucoma as needed to identify the type of glaucoma, the affected eye and the glaucoma stage. That is the first guideline. Here you can see an example. Patient is suffering from bilateral open angle glaucoma, severe stage, not specified as to type. So the code is H40.10x3. Unspecified open angle glaucoma, severe stage. For open angle glaucoma, as we have discussed earlier, there is no laterality specification. Hence, it is in sixth digit is indicated by X placeholder character. So the final code is H40.10x3. Unspecified open angle glaucoma, severe stage. Seventh character 3 indicates severe stage. Here also, for unspecified open angle glaucoma, there is no laterality specification. Hence, no separate codes for right, left, and bilateral. Next guideline is bilateral glaucoma. If the patient is having bilateral glaucoma with the same type and stage. When a patient has bilateral glaucoma and both eyes are documented as being the same type and stage, there is a code for bilateral glaucoma. Report only the code for type of glaucoma bilateral with the seventh character for the stage. Let us see an example. A patient is suffering from bilateral mild stage primary open angle glaucoma. That is, he suffered right eye and left eye. Both are suffering from mild stage primary open angle glaucoma. Whenever there is a bilateral code, you need not separately code right and left. So, here the appropriate code is H40.1131, which indicates primary open angle glaucoma bilateral. Here the sixth character 3 indicates bilateral, whereas the seventh digit 1 indicates mild stage. Next is bilateral glaucoma with same type and stage. When a patient has bilateral glaucoma and both eyes are documented as being same type and stage, and the classification does not provide a code for bilateral glaucoma. For example, subcategories like H40.10 and H40.20. Here there is no laterality specification. Report only one code for the type of glaucoma with the appropriate seventh character for the stage. So whenever there is no specific code for bilateral, you need to report only one code for the type of glaucoma with the appropriate stage. So let us see an example. Documentation relates mild unspecified primary angle glaucoma of left eye. Mild unspecified primary angle glaucoma of left eye and mild unspecified open angle glaucoma of right eye. Here the two eyes have different types of glaucoma, and those types there is no laterality specification. That is, there is no specific code for right and left. So in both the cases you need to code H40.20x1. Unspecified primary angle closure glaucoma mild stage to indicate the left eye here, and H40.10x1 to indicate unspecified open angle glaucoma with mild stage. This is right eye and this is left eye. Because there is no laterality specification code, you are indicating it with X, whether it is right or left or bilateral. Now coming to the next guideline, bilateral glaucoma stage with different types or stages. So when a patient has bilateral glaucoma and each eye is documented as having different type or stage, and classification distinguishes laterality, assign the appropriate code for each eye rather than the code for bilateral. So whenever the stages and types are different, then you have to assign different codes for right and left. Let us see an example. Bilateral chronic angle closure glaucoma, right eye, documented as mild stage, and left eye documented as moderate stage. Here same type but different stages. So you need to assign appropriate codes for right and left. And bilateral chronic angle closure glaucoma has both laterality and stage specification. So the appropriate codes are H40.2211 to indicate chronic angle closure glaucoma right eye mild stage, and H40.2222 to indicate chronic angle closure glaucoma left eye moderate stage. Now, when a patient has bilateral glaucoma and each eye is documented as having different type, and the classification does not distinguish laterality, assign one code of each type of glaucoma with appropriate seventh character. This we have discussed earlier also. Whenever there is no laterality specification, whether it is right side or left side or bilateral, you need to indicate the sixth character as X. Let us see an example. Documentation relates mild unspecified primary angle glaucoma of left eye with mild unspecified open angle glaucoma of right eye. The codes are H40.20X1 unspecified primary angle closure glaucoma mild stage and H40.10X unspecified open angle glaucoma mild stage. Next guideline is when the patient has bilateral glaucoma and each eye is documented as having different type. Assign the appropriate type and stage. Patient is suffering from moderate stage chronic angle closure glaucoma right eye and intermittent angle closure glaucoma left eye. Here patient is having different types and different stages. So you need to assign the appropriate codes. Moderate stage chronic angle closure glaucoma right eye. The code is H40.2212 chronic angle closure glaucoma right eye moderate stage. Next H40.2321 to indicate intermittent angle closure glaucoma left eye. The sixth digit 2 indicates left and seventh digit 1 indicates mild stage. Here the sixth digit 1 indicates right side and seventh digit 2 indicates moderate stage. Next guideline is patient is admitted with glaucoma and stage evolves during the admission. What should we do then? If a patient is admitted with glaucoma and the stage progresses during the admission, assign the code for highest stage. Let us see an example. A patient is admitted with mild stage chronic angle closure glaucoma right eye and during admission the stage is progressed to moderate stage. Here you need to code the moderate stage, highest stage documented. The appropriate code is H40.2212 to indicate chronic angle closure glaucoma right eye moderate stage. Though he has been admitted with mild stage, because the stage is progressed to moderate stage, you need to assign the highest complexity or highest stage documented. Now coming to indeterminate stage glaucoma. Assignment of seventh character 4 for indeterminate stage should be based on clinical documentation. The seventh character 4 is used for glaucomas whose stage cannot be clinically determined. And the seventh character should not be confused with seventh character 0, unspecified, which should be assigned when there is no documentation regarding the stage of glaucoma. Whenever the stage is not documented, you can assign 0. You should not assign 4. Whenever glaucoma cannot be determined clinically, in such cases only based upon the clinical documentation, you need to assign character 4. Seventh character 4. By this we complete the glaucoma guidelines. Now coming to guidelines of blindness. So blindness or low vision. Here there is only one guideline. Whenever visual impairment category is not documented. whenever the visual impairment category is not documented, if the patient is suffering from blindness or low vision of both eyes and visual impairment category is not documented, then you need to assign blindness or low vision of both eyes with the appropriate code H54.3, unqualified visual loss both eyes. This can be synonymous with visual impairment category 9 in both eyes. Next scenario is blindness or low vision in one eye. It must be given with H54.6. Here the code is still expandable. H54.6 indicates unqualified visual loss one eye. Here the visual impairment category 9 in one eye and normal vision in the other eye. The next category is blindness not specified for one eye or both eyes. Then you need to code with H54.7, unspecified visual loss. This is visual impairment category 9 NOS. Let us see an example. A patient assessment indicates moderately impaired or low vision in left eye with no visual impairment in right eye. So the appropriate code is H54.62, unqualified visual loss of left eye, normal vision right eye. Report unqualified visual loss when the visual impairment category is not specified is the guideline. We need to report unqualified visual loss whenever the visual impairment category is not specified. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for further videos on medical coding and CPC training.